All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron here, bringing your daily horoscope for Tuesday, the 27th of April, 2021. Hopefully, everybody's been enjoying this full moon energy, this full illumination of the unconscious mind, the moon in Scorpio, our passionate minds, our passionate hearts, our passions of the body, the shadow side of the zodiac. The things that are unseen coming into full illumination between the 26th and the 27th. Again, depending where you're at, this full moon is taking place. So we're definitely felt the energy on the 26th. We're definitely going to be feeling it moving into Tuesday, the 27th as well. As early in the morning, about 5 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the moon is going to oppose Uranus, shaking things up. And as our day progresses, the moon is going to oppose Venus, and it's going to oppose Mercury as well, which Mercury is now moved ahead. Mercury's been playing a quick catch-up game here, passing the Sun, passing Uranus, now passing Venus, and continuing its journey through Taurus. Let me show you what it looks like. And Taurus is about value, not just about traditions and solidity and manifesting. The slow manifestation earth sign of Taurus, the most stubborn sign in the zodiac, not saying Taurus itself, just saying the energy is stubborn. This energy wants to stay stiff and stuck. Mercury, swiftly moving along. Venus, this is what I love. This thing, this is what I've loved my whole life. This is what I've thought my whole life. This is what I've felt my whole life. I felt like the black sheep. I thought I was the black sheep. I thought I was unaccepted by my peers. Maybe I'm a little different, says Uranus moving in here. And the Sun catching up to Uranus is saying, I've got to value my difference. I've got to value being the black sheep. As I heard a friend over the weekend say that the black sheep is, by the black sheep being uniquely themselves, are going to attract the other black sheep, which is a really beautiful way to look at this energy. We're finding comfort in discomfort. That's what this moon or this Sun here conjunct Uranus is all about. And with the moon across the way in the passionate sign, this shadow sign of Scorpio, this is saying why. It's posing the question to ourselves, why? Why do we love this? Why do we love what we love? Why do we love this thing? Why do we think this way? Why are we so stuck in a certain pattern? You know, how am I not myself? How am I not myself? How am I not myself? If I don't identify with these things, if I don't identify with this way of thinking, am I still myself? And these are questions we're going to be asking ourselves from this full moon energy moving throughout the day here, potentially throughout the rest of the week, as the moon's going to, eventually get out of Scorpio to move into Sagittarius, which is about the philosopher's mind. And we're kind of looking at ourselves in a new light and understanding why we value what we value, and valuing ourselves and who we are and changing who we are. And it's okay. It's one of the greatest things is like we don't have to be the person we were 5 minutes ago. We don't have to be the person that we were just a second ago. We can have a thought, an epiphany, a breakthrough, a flood of ideas and concepts, which is the beauty of Uranus. Anything connected with Uranus is expect the unexpected. At any point in time, we can have a breakthrough. It's not like we have to wait for the breakthrough to come when we achieve this or when we get this thing, which is very powerful right now, as all of this energy is in the place of things. And it's like the breakthrough is inside. Something we talked about yesterday. The question is inside. The answer is inside. The breakthrough is inside. The vision is inside. The love is inside. The thought is inside. And now we're with this reflective moon. The moon has no light of its own. It's simply reflecting the sun, the ego sense of self. So why? Why do we value what we value? Why do we not value certain things? Why do we value certain things? What aspects of our mind are we willing to, let me show you this, what aspects of our mind are we willing to release? As we move in that's set to month, not hour. Apologies, I was looking ahead at retrograde planets. Oh, did I miss this? There it is. As the moon here is in opposition to all 4 planets in the early morning, it's also creating that sextile, little semi-sextile, that little half asterisk thing right there to the south node. So that when we're looking at ourselves, when we're putting ourselves under our own introspective magnifying glass and saying, why am I thinking this way? Why do I do this? Why do I love this? Am I allowed to change? Am I allowed to be something different than I am? And if I do something different, am I still who I am? Am I still me? If I don't identify with this thing, if I don't have this, status quo, perhaps, if I don't have the rollie on my wrist or the Benz in my garage, will I still get the respect that I want to have from my peers, how people view me? We've got Pluto, our first outer planet of the year, retrograde. Station retrograde today. And then Saturn, then Neptune and Jupiter are all going to follow very shortly over the next month and a half. All of these planets will retrograde up here. So Pluto being the very first one to station direct, to start moving backward, or visibly move backward, is an optical illusion, depending on how the doesn't matter. Well, I think I've talked about the retrograde in other videos. I won't get into that right now. But so this is about transformation, transforming of ourselves. And part of this full moon, this illumination that we have going on, and part of the energy where we've been at the past week, lighting up this fire, feeling the emotions. Mars moving into Cancer. The moon moving from the sign of Leo to fire us up, to be passionate individuals in who we are, loving ourselves, falling in love with ourselves, valuing our bodies, valuing our minds, valuing our hearts, as at the same time we had all of the energy starting to jump into Taurus, to move into Taurus. Then moving into Virgo, it's just like this is going forward with my energy, going forward with that which I believe in myself, to be of service to other people. And then bringing, balance to our minds, balance and peace to our hearts, and understanding that whatever objective we're trying to reach takes patience. And now we have the moon moving into Scorpio, or moving through Scorpio, which is looking at the shadows in ourselves, that we always have a shadow side of self, and we can hit the ground running and going in this direction, but we're going to eventually run out of stamina. We're going to need to stop and get some food. We're going to need to stop and take a sip of water. We're going to encounter a hurdle, an obstacle along the way that might deter us from our path. And this is Pluto right now in the sign of Capricorn, station retrograde for the next 6 months, that's going to retrograde for the next 6 months. It's like, look, this change is patient. We must be patient with ourselves during this change, but we must stay consistent at it. And what happens when Pluto ends its retrograde in about 6 months is, are we seeing the effects? This is the karmic cause and effect. And it's making sure that we're staying proactive during this time, and not just getting into the, for us in the northern hemisphere, or even the southern hemisphere, the winter blues, or we have the summer blues, like in the heat of the summer when it starts to come up here, that it's just like it's hot and people don't want to do anything. People get a little bit lazy. And this is saying, making sure that we're staying active in obtaining and reaching our goals, because we're always going to find a piece of shadow, of our own shadow. We're always going to find an obstacle. We're always going to find a hurdle. We're always going to find a reason why we can't, or why we don't, or why we want to hide ourselves. I don't want to get out of bed today. I don't want to show my face. I don't want to show my vulnerability. I have to be in my power. I have to show people strength. And part of this opposition that's going on today, part of this retrograde that's going to be happening, Pluto in Capricorn, is, my friends, there is many forms of strength. Vulnerability is a form of strength. Openness is a form of strength. Being humble is a form of strength. These are all powerful, powerful emotions that we don't have to be this stone cold juggernaut powerhousing through the emotional thing and acting like things don't bother us. It shows great strength to show that we're human beings, that we tear up sometimes, that we get emotional, that we have a shadow. It's one of my favorite quotes in Boogie Nights because, again, I work in the film industry. And what is it? Burt Reynolds' character is like the director, and he's talking to somebody, and he's just like, all right, how much longer is it going to take on this scene? And then the director of photography says, oh, I'm just working on a couple of these shadows. And Burt Reynolds says, shadows in life, baby, let's shoot. Shadows in life, baby, let's roll. Let's do this. No matter what it is, whatever hurdle or obstacle is in your way, it's okay. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be open. It's okay to question things. It's okay to change. It's okay to find comfort in discomfort right now. And it's okay to be the beautiful person that you are, the perfectly you person that you are. I love you. I wish you enough. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. We'll see you tomorrow.